Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Crescent.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are at Bachman's Pools and Spas. And I just got word from the owner that we shouldn't say the saunas part during the summertime because it's a sauna out here. I mean, let's face it, right? So, but we're going to be talking about pools and spas for sure, and definitely endless pools today, which is what we're standing in front of right now. So this is a great place for people who want to practice their strokes to do so without taking up a lot of room in their backyard and having to have an Olympic-sized swimming pool in their backyard.
Fantastic. You know, I've heard of these things before, but I've never learned anything about them, so...
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm going to be taking a dip later on in the show.
Are you really?
And I think that'll be fun.
Are you really?
I've never been in one of these before.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think I've ever actually seen one before, just heard of them.
Well, you see them here today. They're all over the place.
Yep, and you will too.
So yeah, we're going to talk with Fred and Kai a little bit later on in the show, so that should be good.
It's also, believe it or not, Justin, it's homecoming sort of time for girls, at least. Can you believe that? We're just starting out July. We're going to be talking homecoming dresses with Premier Couture.
Really? This early?
I
Is
know.
That really?
That's
Wow.
what she says. Girls are out shopping for their dresses already.
I was usually looking for my tux the night before.
Yeah, well, that's the guy for you. We're also going to talk climbing with Summit Strength and Fitness.
Yeah, he's. What's interesting about what Coach Kuby does over there is that it's kind of similar in some ways to CrossFit, but it's not CrossFit. So they do a lot of climbing, and they do some of the same things that CrossFit does, but some different things too.
And when we say climbing, we mean like indoor climbing and outdoor climbing, like at Devil's Lake, that kind of thing. And that's his real specialty. I think that's kind of his baby, don't you think?
The outdoor climbing part of it?
I
or
think
just the climbing
in
Well,
general,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, you can, and it really can be anything you want it to be. It can either be, competitive athletic or just something fun to do with the kids. So.
With the kids, a family affair.
So we'll talk to Coach Kuby right here after the break, so stick around for Wisconsin Family.
'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Justin and I have been at Bachman's Pools, Spas, and Saunas, and today we're talking pools, specifically endless pools, and we have one right behind us. So if that's new for you, stick around and we'll learn together a little bit later. Right now, though, we're talking climbing, and with us is Keith Kubisa. He's with Summit Strength and Fitness, and also known as Coach Kuby. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, so Summit Strength and Fitness it's kind of a climbing gym, but you have other fitness activities there as well. And CrossFit right now has been so popular. How do you compare to the CrossFit gyms in the area?
So we're not a CrossFit affiliate gym, but we do a lot of like general strength and conditioning type classes. They're a little bit different. They're not a super high intensity, so they cater more to maybe an athletic type lifestyle or just staying in shape. So you're not coming in like you go to a CrossFit gym and knowing what the workout's going to be. They have their daily workout, so it's a little different in that aspect.
Do you still offer a daily workout like a CrossFit gym, or do folks come in and kind of exercise by themselves? Or
We have, I think, 3 classes throughout the week that are a general fitness type workout.
where you're led by?
Yeah, they're led. We do have some open gym hours where you can just come and work out or climb or use the space however you want.
Okay. And when I think of CrossFit, I think of people flipping tires and stuff. You have those there?
We do have a tire out back, but it's rarely used. We just have it back there. I got it for free. So.
So obviously, we're on Wisconsin Family today, and so we have to, how can your gym, is it set up in a way that families can enjoy it together?
Yeah, during especially the open gym times, which I mentioned, we have a lot of families that come in. So maybe a couple of my clients that come work out with me during the week, then they can bring their family in during the open gym time. And there's a little kids wall, which we've showed in past shows, where the 3-4-year-olds can play around on while their older brother and sisters a couple steps away on the bigger wall. So it's a very welcoming and open. It's not intimidating like walking into a powerlifting gym where there's it's not weights clanging around. It's a good place to hang out and just enjoy the atmosphere.
Yeah, and get them started when they're little too, and they're just natural climbers when they're...
Yeah, no, it's incredible seeing how how they can just move intuitively without telling them anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, love that idea. So we've talked before about climbing and how it's progressed even to a sport, and there are competitions as well as we mentioned before. I think the Olympics, it'll actually be an event. I got that right?
Yeah.
So do you have a vision for folks that come to your gym as to where they take their climbing skills?
Yeah, ideally, so it's kind of two ways. Part of it, just using climbing as another way to work out and stay in shape. Another part of it, turning into more of a lifestyle, somewhere you can not only take your family to the gym, but outside to climb. And we've actually partnered with a company called Apex Adventure Alliance, which take people outside to Devil's Lake to climb. So once you learn the skills in the gym, you can then take those skills outside to climb. But then there's the other factor of doing it safely, as far as putting your ropes up and whatnot. And so that's why we partnered with a company that does that you don't have to worry about doing those. You just use the skills you learned at the gym.
The actual climbing?
Yeah.
Got it.
And
Let's talk a little bit about the outside aspect of that, because you mentioned that you do take people outside, and I think you mentioned Devil's Lake. You actually take
Yep.
people to Devil's Lake.
Yep.
And are there competitions that people can get involved in?
So there are a few competitions outside. Those aren't extremely competitive. It's nothing to stress over. Those are more so getting the community together and raising awareness. A lot of raising money to keep the trail systems up to date, just to make the park areas more enjoyable for everyone. But then the kids that I work with, there is a competition schedule that they can follow in the spring or fall, and that's not required. And those also are a little bit more laid back. There's not a referee sitting there yelling at you. It's just another way. Essentially, just another day of climbing with kids from all other gyms, just getting together and just kind of showcasing your skills, what you've been working on.
You and I were talking about the climbing competitions a little bit before the cameras were going, and the takeaway I got from it is it's kind of like problem solving with a certain amount of time, and whoever can solve these problems in, I guess, the shortest amount of time?
Yes, you're put on the clock, and at that level, a lot of the kids competing are physically as strong as each other. It's just a matter of figuring it out, using their minds within a short period of time to figure out how to get up the wall, and unlocking that sequence, that puzzle. So.
Yeah, unlocking a puzzle. That's a really good way to put it. When it comes to going to the gym versus outside climbing, do you have a recommendation of time of when is a good time to do one or the other?
We usually spend the winter and middle of the summer in the gym is when it's really hot like this. It's tough to climb outside when you get really sweaty. The rock gets a little sweaty, and then typically the best time to climb outside is in the fall, October, November. So we'll spend these months in the gym getting ready to get outside and climb all the hard stuff we've been going to get on when we're not sweaty and slipping off stuff.
Really quick before we go, we just got about 30 seconds, but what would you say to those who have no ambition to climb outside?
I'm just come inside to try it and see. I think once you start climbing inside a little bit, you'll start to notice how maybe fun it is, how it works in a different way, and it'll eventually lead to the progression of getting outside to find new things, explore new areas, see places you've never been to.
Give it a try, you just might like it. Alrighty, again, this is Keith Kubisa, and he's with Summit Strength and Fitness. Check him out. We'll be right back. We're Wisconsin Family.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Today we've been visiting with our guests at Bachman's Pools, Spas, and Saunas, and later on we're going to learn about endless pools. Actually, there's one right behind us right now. Kind of a cool thing, so stick around and learn about it with us later. Right now, though, we're chatting with Premier Couture. Actually, Rosemary Williams is with me. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And she's the owner of Premier Couture. They're out in Cambridge. Now, Premier Couture is a bridal boutique, but
we are, but more.
but so much more.
Absolutely.
And you have all the things bridal, like the accessories and the mother of the bride, mother of the groom,
Yes.
the bridesmaids and all that. But today we're talking homecoming.
Homecoming. yeah.
Already?
I know it's July and we're talking about homecoming, but our girls are already looking and already shopping.
That seems interesting to me.
Yes.
Okay, this might be a dumb question, but don't you kind of need a date? Or how does that work?
I would say back in my day for sure, and obviously in yours as well, that was the common thing. You waited for a date and then you made your arrangements.
Right.
And really the cultural shift has been towards friends going in groups.
Oh.
And the pressure to have a date is not so much there anymore. So it's really about going out, getting dressed up, having fun. There are definitely still going to be, I know there are promposals. I don't know if there are homecoming proposals or whatever they call that, but there will definitely still be that aspect. But it is definitely less romantic pressure and more just about going out and having fun that night, dressing up.
Oh, well, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And the dresses are really looking like it. Now, before we talk about the dresses, talk about an event you have coming up to sort of showcase the homecoming
Yes.
dresses you have.
We are so excited because we have our first ever homecoming launch party coming up. It is Wednesday, August 2nd. Our doors open at 7. We'll have a fashion runway show at 7:30. We're going to have, because it's a red carpet kind of event, we'll have some paparazzi, so we'll have some photographers there. We'll have swag for our VIPs, because we're definitely about the VIP treatment, whether it's our brides, our bridesmaids, our moms, our prom girls, our homecoming. We want everyone to feel like that, have that VIP experience, and we're definitely going to, roll out all the stops that day. And it's just going to be really fun. We just talked about it last night. We do Facebook Live, so hopefully if people want to get to know us more after this, they could check us out on our Facebook. We have an event on there. They can click that they're going, and if they're going, they get a special gift that's just for them when they arrive, just for saying that they're coming. So,
Okay,
good stuff.
So just to recap, it's a Wednesday night, August 2nd, and do you have to register to go?
You don't have to. It's a really good idea, and the way to do that is by visiting our Facebook page and just clicking that you're going to the event.
Okay, and
Yeah.
this runway event is going to feature, you'll have models showcasing all
Yes.
of the different dresses.
And they're going to be high school models, so it's going to be just really real and really fresh and really fun. The music will be good, the food will be good. It's just going to be a really fun night out.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the dresses. They all seem really glitzy, kind of short.
Yeah. Oh, this one's not so glitzy though. No beadwork here.
That's
so
true.
there is definitely something for the girls who do not want to glitter. But on the off chance that we were going to be in the sunshine today, I could not pass up the opportunity to bring some sparkle for sure.
They're fantastic. So
aren't they so much fun?
they are fun.
Yeah.
Makes me kind of want to go. But this is the style or the trend right now is the shorter, fuller.
Definitely.
Well, not necessarily. This one's a fitted.
The fitted tend to really work well for seniors. A lot of times want to do something a little bit more sophisticated, and so a lot of times they'll go that way. Not that freshmen, sophomore, and juniors won't, but the skater skirt is really popular right now. It's very comfortable, very danceable, very wearable. But there's so many different kinds of styles. So you can go unglittery. You can totally go all out and go all glittery, and in between. It's whatever you want.
This is very New York, New York.
Yeah, and I honestly think some of these definitely transcend homecoming. Like you could see this at a Christmas party on an adult and a gala or something like that. So a lot of homecoming dresses really are just great little formal dresses for lots of occasions.
All right, and you also have accessories, necklaces, earrings.
We do.
All the bling to go with the
Absolutely. Our focus is definitely on the dresses though. Gotta love this wind.
dress. Yeah, we've got the little Marilyn Monroe effect
Yeah.
going on. No extra charge. Do you have a favorite that's maybe new this year?
Oh, you know what? I did bring. It's honestly, this is a favorite of mine. I am just a big fan of this rich brocade look. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, if this were a little longer, I'd probably just include this in my everyday wardrobe. I love it.
And there is you probably can't see it on the camera, but there is just a tiny bit of sparkle
There
in
is,
there.
and the threads that are woven into it.
Yes,
absolutely.
Exactly. Now, you're out in Cambridge, and I think it's really important for viewers that are interested to know not just where you are, but that you're open 7 days a week.
We are indeed open 7 days a week. And to accommodate everyone's schedule, being in a little smaller town, a little off the beaten track, want to make it really easy for people to get to us and find us and get their VIP treatment.
Sounds good. Alrighty. All right, well, check out your homecoming dress on August 2nd. It's a Wednesday night at Premier Couture out in Cambridge. We're at Bachman's Pools, Spas, and Saunas, and we'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. Janet and I have really been enjoying ourselves outside. It's a nice, warm, breezy summer day here at Bachman's Pools and Spas, and we're joined now by Fred and Kaya Bachman, owners. How are you guys?
Great. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for having us as always. So, you guys are a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the products that you have here, and we're talking about Endless Pools, which is the brand, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is something called an aquatic fitness system. Did I get that right?
You got that right.
So tell us, Fred, what's all involved in the aquatic fitness system?
Well, it's not just for Olympic swimmers.
Okay.
It's for the novice that wants just a treadmill. There's a treadmill in here, and you can set it at a very low pace along with the swim current. In fact, a lot of people use this for rehabbing when they have knee surgeries.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, and there's also, you can put a rowing machine in it.
Wow.
It's actually just bungee cords, but you go against the current as well.
Right.
And there's hydrotherapy seats on this end, and that's sort of the business end for swimming and the treadmilling.
So Fred, when you say a treadmill, I had always assumed it was like a swimming treadmill, but it sounds like it can be a walking treadmill too? Mm-hmm. You were talking about that, Kaya, because running hurts your body.
Well, for me, swimming, I'm not a swimmer, I'm a floater. So and running or pounding on my knees is definitely hard. So the treadmill, it's like a treadmill at home. You're just walking on the treadmill,
Wow.
but you can also walk against the current, which is going to still give you a great workout.
That's
Yes.
really interesting. That's fascinating. It's deep enough. How deep does it get on
I'd say
you?
I'm probably about here.
Okay, so you do really have to work
Oh, yeah.
against.
So you're really working against the resistance of the water.
resistance plus the treadmill is going, which
Right.
has speeds that you can do. So you can actually even be running in the water.
Wow.
So you can change the speed of the running, and you can change the speed of the water flow too.
Correct.
The current, I guess.
Both
yeah?
of them, yeah.
A
Wow.
swim machine.
Well, and the thing is, this system will challenge even an Olympic swimmer. Like I said, we sell these things to people that are rehabbing their knees all the way to people that compete in triathlons.
Wow.
And want to get in shape for the triathlon.
It'd be kind of neat to see like a really, a elite athlete using something like that.
Well, you'll get to see me a
Justin's
little
gonna
bit later, so I mean,
I
thanks for
forgot.
that one, by the way.
Well, and one thing you're going to notice when maybe you won't notice because you have probably never been in a different swim spa.
No,
But
no,
The
this is my
difference
first time.
between the swim machine and most swim spas is it's hydraulically operated.
Okay.
There's a fan that spins
Okay.
instead of jets that blow with air bubbles that
sure, okay.
increase the jet pressure.
Okay.
And they're not variable speed. There's a couple of different speed settings. I don't want to get too technical, but the variable speed part of it and the fact that it's most like a river current.
Sure.
It simulates actual swimming
Right.
better than any other machine on the market.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll be able to see that, and we'll get it set up for your speed.
Okay, yes, please do. Please
Yep.
do. I don't want to be pasted to the back of the thing. So.
And it would do that to a person that's not a great swimmer.
Yeah, well, I'm mediocre. So
You're a floater too?
I might a little bit more. On a good day, I might float. So what's really amazing to me about this is that when I was first kind of thinking or imagining what this would be like, I'm thinking, okay, swim spa. I've seen those, or endless pools or whatever. But there's so much versatility here. Like you said, there's kind of like a business in the front, party in the back type of atmosphere here. So there's more than just swimming. Tell us about the party in the back.
Well, there's little waterfalls, and at night, this thing at night is just gorgeous. I think we got some night shots that we can send you guys to.
Yeah.
But I guess
lights
you said
up.
it. It's like a hot tub on this end.
Yeah.
With hydrotherapy jets for relaxing, and then the exercise end is on the other end.
Right.
And this swim spa endless pool, it actually has it open where we do have some units that actually have a separation of a spa here within the swim spa within it. So
Okay.
you have different water temperature, where
Okay.
this is all the same temperature.
Okay.
Usually when you're swimming, you don't want it to be 100 degrees.
No, of
In a
course
hot
not.
tub, we want it at 100
Of course.
degrees.
So
there's a
we
lot
do
of
have
different ways.
models available that we call dual temp.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting.
Fred, do all of them have sort of this roof type of thing?
That's an added-on accessory, and
is.
it's really convenient, and it works great in the wintertime.
Do people use this in the winter?
Oh, yeah,
we leave this
absolutely.
one open for people to try. I challenge people to come in and try this year
Yes.
round. It was
Yes,
it was
year
it was
round.
sat here all winter. There are different cover options that are less expensive than this automatic thing, but Yeah, and for indoor use, you wouldn't clearly need that.
Right. And you had mentioned nighttime use. So are there lights on this roof or?
No, not on the roof. Not on the roof.
There's lights inside there.
Inside.
Yeah, you'll
Correct.
see some night shots.
Okay.
It's pretty neat. You
Very
wouldn't
cool.
wouldn't really need them up there, I don't think.
So this is really kind of an all-in-one. I mean, you know, you talk about a space saver. I mean, if you want to practice rowing or swimming or, you know, just kind of relax on one end, I mean, it's really just everything.
And it's portable. So if you do
Really?
get it and you decide 10 years from now you're going to move, you can take it with you.
Okay.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Do
wouldn't
you
have
guys
guessed
do that moving then? Or?
Absolutely. You
Okay.
bet.
Really?
Absolutely.
Wow.
That's good to know.
That is really good to know. I could see, you know, people are bright enough to buy a piano, you know, to invest with
Right.
this.
Well, we need a little help from a crane, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's doable though, for
Yep.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, we've got just a couple of minutes left, and I want to just switch gears a little bit because right now, obviously, we're in summer, and so people are thinking pools and things like that. And you guys were talking about how the craziness of pool season is starting to kind of wane just a little bit, but
Little bit.
people obviously are still, you know, maintaining their pools. And you guys do a lot with chemicals, and you have some really, really unmatched. In terms of quality chemicals, you want to tell us a little bit about what's the types of things that you offer, real quick?
We do. We've been carrying BioGuard for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, over 30 years, sorry. 20 for me, 30 for him. And they really stand out from any other chemical that is out there. They work with everything else that you're using. It's the actual product you're putting in there. You're not having to use as much.
Right.
And the manufacturers, BioGuard, they actually have what's called the True Blue Promise. If you are on the 1, 2, 3 step program with an enhancer, they're guaranteeing you will have a clear pool. No algae, no cloudiness. And if you do, we're going to give you the product at absolutely no cost to get that done.
The True Blue Promise.
True Blue
That's
Promise.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
And if you guys out there watching are not believers, come on in and check them out because you guys will actually test the people's water, even if they're not necessarily.
And we don't just
clients.
dip it, we actually run it through our Alex water analysis, and it really gets down to every part of anything that's in the water that we
Right.
can do.
Huge part of pool maintenance right there. That's
Yes.
probably the biggest thing for pool
Absolutely.
maintenance.
Is that part of staying healthy too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one other thing I'd like to point out is the swim machine
Yeah.
can also be retrofitted into existing swimming pools. In fact, we have another pool
really?
on display here that has one in. It's actually in an above ground pool to make it affordable
Sure.
for someone. Maybe we can get a little B-roll of that
absolutely.
later,
We
and
will.
you can see how the swim machine works in just a standard swimming pool, above ground swimming pool. It can be
All right.
retrofitted.
Well, Fred and Kaya, thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining us and
thank
thank you
you.
for teaching us today about all the things that you know. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure coming here.
Always. Thank you.
And thank you to all of our viewers for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Wisconsin Family.